Namaste, my name is Dhieyo and welcome to my channel. Today I'll tell you the importance of a spiritual throne and how we can take advantage of this throne in our spiritual practices and in our day-to-day life. But first, when you talk about a throne, the first thing that comes to our mind, and fair enough, is always a king and a queen sitting on a throne. So this importance has been there for centuries. Every time a king would be invading another kingdom or attacking or raiding another kingdom, they would always aim for the throne. They would never say, okay, we want the kingdom or we want the money. Or the first thing they would say, we want that throne. There's so much of importance given to a throne, not just because that place, that chair right now is a chair where you can sit and give orders. No, that place was a place of energy. So what would happen is, let's say there's a very good king. He's sitting on this chair and he's giving his decision, which is good for the kingdom. Everyone benefits. He benefits, the kingdom also benefits, and this has been going on for some time. So this place is now energized. This throne is now energized as a place for taking good decisions. So similarly, let's say if this king is a bad king, he's taking bad decisions over a period of time, this throne is energized as a place for taking bad decisions. So now for the good king, the next king that comes, who is in line to become the king, when he comes and sits on this chair, this king, the new king, may not have all the qualities, but this throne has all the qualities now. This energy space has all the qualities for taking the right decisions. This is why so much of importance was given to the throne. Similarly, let's say a good king now comes and sits on this throne, which is energized as a place for taking bad decisions. This king's decision would start becoming different to how his personality was. So importance of the throne was a lot. So the people who were trying to invade another kingdom, the king knew the importance of that throne. So let's say now they know that, okay, this king that we are going to go and capture his kingdom, that king is not a good king, the decisions he's taken is not good. They would take that throne and burn it away, not even keep it aside or throw it, or they would burn that throne away and bring their own throne over there. So a lot of kings would, even when they would travel with their throne, so that their decision, that energy that they need to have for the betterment of everyone is traveling with them. So this happens in today's time also. A lot of gurus, when they are traveling their throne, where they constantly sit and speak to their followers, travels with them. So they could be traveling wherever, and this is where they go. What they do is, the cloth that is kept on that throne, they carry that cloth with you. So if you invite them to your house, and if they've come to your house, they will never go straight away sit on the sofa. They will keep their cloth first. Why is that? Because they don't know what you've been sitting over there and thinking constantly. Have you energized that place as a place where you're always sitting there and sulking? Life sucks, job sucks, money sucks, love life sucks, health sucks, everything sucks. Or is it a place where you've thought of good things? They don't want to take a chance. So their cloth, where they keep sitting all the time, they carry it with them. So this is the importance of that throne. So now when you practice your spirituality, when you practice your meditations or breathing exercises or mantra or chanting, you make sure you're doing it at the same spot in your house or wherever you're doing, but make sure you do it on the same spot. So now you're energizing it. Let's say right now, for various different practices that are there and for different spiritual experiences, as an example, let's say you're trying to have an experience of astral travel. So there are various breathing exercises that you first go through. There are a few mantras that you say, and eventually you will have that experience. But now, over a period of time, when you're doing these breathing exercises, you've energized that place. So after some time, you don't even need to do those breathing exercises. You come and sit over there and boom, you've already gone where you need to go. Your experiences happens like this because you've energized that space. So a lot of temples here in India, up north especially, were made on places where sadhus used to sit and meditate for years and years, because that place was so energized. You go make a wish and that wish would come true. So later on, a lot of people made temples over it, and obviously the energy is not there anymore, but people still have their faith and they still keep going over there. But this was the importance of that place where you sit and you do your practices. But now again, you have to be careful. Let's say right now, if you are you've got a new job, a corporate job, you need to go sit on somebody else's chair. You don't know what energy that person had. Was he taking the right decision? Was his business deal good? Was he good with the colleague? Now you've gone and sat down over there and you start noticing that, okay, something's not really going right with your own sense of business or work, your ethics, everything's changing. If that is happening with you, which was happening with a client of mine, I asked him, I said, okay, you change that chair. He changed it and he became back to who he was. Before that, his business decisions, he was not getting along with his colleagues, and he said, this is not who I am, what I am. And small shift like this, you change the chair and his entire thing changed. He was back to being who he was. So does that matter now when, let's say, if you go to a restaurant or a coffee shop or to a salon or anywhere where you're just sitting for some time, or other people are sitting there for some time? No, it doesn't really work that way. People are sitting there for maximum 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then they're gone. But over a period of time, when you're sitting and you're practicing or you're thinking, good or bad, that place gets energized that way. So a lot of people even say that, okay, when you're buying somebody's car or when you're buying somebody's house, you make sure you always ask them why they're selling it. Are they selling it because there's a lot of sorrow? Then that sorrow is there in that house. They could have whatever sorrow, either relationship or money, and that's the reason they need to sell the house. You could attract those things in your house. So you make sure, besides blessing the house and everything, you make sure you change the sofas, you change the bed, at least the mattress over the bed, you change all of those, and it will make a difference in your life. So you got to be careful with all these things and make use of it. So energize that place of yours. It is for your own good. All your practices that you're doing will just enhance once you start sitting in the same place. That's your spiritual throne. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to my channel. Until I see you again, have a good life. Namaste.